good?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Really? Oh, yeah. What you eat? And you can eat breakfast or any kind of food. I haven't been known to do that.
Yeah, she's doing great.
Thank you.
Melinda, you have one if you want, because we always have extras.
Well, now that's kind of unusual. So many people around here never heard of grits. Good for you.
They're all right.
They're good for you. Full of iron.
Oh, grits. I like that.
Grits.
Yeah. That's why we like them.
If they're good for you.
Yeah. Pretty much what I was thinking. I like oatmeal.
Thank you.
Put enough stuff in there, you know, really good. I'll eat oatmeal, I'll eat oatmeal.
I eat raw oatmeal. Love it. Milk and a little Splenda, maybe a handful of raisins, and it's great. Raw.
My grandson, he likes them raw. I mean, he'll even get a bowl.
You just buy regular rolled oats, not putting it on.
Sweet oatmeal that becomes slimy when you cook it. Doesn't it?
Oh,
You
yeah.
do wrong.
Yeah.
I was a doctor in his family. When I was initiated to the raw oats. When I was 13, my wife never seen it.
You just want some squeeze these things out. Got it on this morning. Yeah. Hey, you got to do is follow me around?
This is my whole life.
So we hear you this morning? Hey, that's coming. Coffee cup.
Look at that.
What is it?
That's the settlement statement on that building that you're going to sign.
All 47 pages of it?
Well, it's really not. I mean, this is our settlement, which is $180,035, which we pay for the insurance, college, and all that. Then, just our corporate.
We got breakfast ready for y'all.
Man, I'm telling you
We've
what.
been working real hard on that.
Have you? Well, I looked over that. That's a bacon there.
Our corporate resolution.
Good morning, lady.
Good morning.
How are you?
Doing good.
Good.
And after that.
How's everybody this morning, Gary? All the slack. Right here, how about that?
Do we have a copy of our agenda for today? Is that it?
That's it.
It's August
Huh?
2nd. No.
That's the minute.
Oh.
Okay, well,
I'm
let's
sorry,
go
was that
to
what's
September.
about your name? Was that what you had?
September.
I was, but oh.
Okay, Wednesday, September 12th, that's today, and this is our agenda.
You bring pictures of that baby?
We're under September, people. Are y'all hot, comfortable, don't need to turn on the air conditioner? Yeah.
It's a beautiful morning.
Who's got our minutes?
I do.
I guess we can. I guess we can start while y'all are eating and get somebody to read the meeting.
Oh man, I've lost my password.
Well,
Oh, is it? Okay.
Off your fly, he's over here too.
Okay.
Did you bring that fly?
where you go?
Look that way. The bottom one, right?
There you go.
As long as that's in your hand, you will not like.
That's right.
That's true.
You put that spice water in your hand.
Yeah.
Well, before we begin, let's start with a prayer. Heavenly Father, we give thanks for the day. We thank you for all the blessings we have in this life. We ask that you bless each one of us and help us do what we need to do and what is right. We ask you to be with this community, and we pray that we will Okay, it says open forum here before we do this reading in the minute. Do we have anybody that's got anything? Like Gary, have you done anything?
I've been coaching off since last time. So what can I say? Ain't done nothing.
Well, you are on the board, right? I had
I
talked.
thought you were on the Brazos board.
Oh, I'm sorry. I will bring off that match. Went down there, went through 2 interview processes. And got the nod in the second one. They were going to nominate 2 of us to the Brazos Water Board at the regular meeting. I went to executive nominating meeting. Anyway, they were to narrow it down to 2 people recommended. So it looked like as all goes. I go down there on a Friday. We'll call the date of that meeting now is in August. But anyway, went down there. Get down there and right before the meeting starts, the director of that Brazos G guy, Trey Busby, comes around and visits with me and he tells me that everything was whole. It's going to take me to explain all this. Brazos G's made up of these different organizations. You got an agriculture representative, you've got a government representative, you've got an industrial representative. All these different groups are represented on this Brazos G. Then they got what they call a GMA, which is a Ground Management Association, which is your groundwater association. The legislature, my understanding is the last legislative session of the session before that, they told Brazos G had to put the GMAs on your board. So they did. Well, there's 5 of the GMAs in Brazos G, which is going over Haskell County. And, you know, one of these GMAs is in your region, you had to put them on your board. So they did. The problem is the GMAs then, they were not under term limits. Brazos G had term limits on their members. So it had a little riff here going. I shouldn't say riff, got a little thing. So the policy procedure handbook says the policy procedure people get together, the Brazos G, and they say no, term limits on everybody. Well, when I came back and said, wait a minute, if GMAs aren't under term limits, the Brazos G people should be under term limits. I was going in to back up. I was going in to replace a guy who had met his term limits, which is 2 years. They're 2-year terms, and you can be elected 5 times. So he maxed out his 10 years. So they put all that on hold because they don't have to replace him because of term limits. They don't know what he's going on. So me and the attorney from College Station, I can't call his name, we're just in limbo until they get together and figure out to get their policy and procedure committee together and define their guidelines and figure out what they're going to do. So anyway, this close.
Do they have an idea of how long they're going to take to do that?
They thought that they would, well, here was the deal. The policy and procedure people have got to get together. They've got, committee's got to get together. Whatever they do, then they've got to bring it back to the Brazos G and approve. So we are in this process. You know, that was in August. That was the only thing that's going to happen in August. You know, we could be December, we could be January, before we know for sure. So anyway, until we know something, there we are. Like I say, apparently this happened. The meeting was on Friday morning at 10, and about 3 o'clock on Thursday they figured all this out. So I was so confused. But anyway, that's where I'm at. No, I didn't. I'm not on there. I'm still nominated.
Now,
Anyway.
ever on that good news on that damn project. Brad Riblin, whatever his name is, out at behind that owns the Dalvin place. Riblin is very interested in this. He's talking because he was looking at this diagram and he said that is something that we really need to pursue, and he is willing to help with it. So that's something that we need to get with him. He said because of the the way it's laid out, the east and west wind is better than the north and south, if it's on the sailboats and all this kind of stuff. I mean, he knows everything about the good layout of it. So it's a perfect location, evidently. So we just need to use him as a reference and really get with him to get going. Well, dang it, Gary, I'm sorry you didn't make it.
Anyway.
Well,
But there's still
we
hope.
gotta keep trying.
Well, my understanding was that this didn't work out. My name will stay in the hat, that's what you would call it. Be this other guy, I'm thinking we roll up, maybe possibly, I was nominated on the agriculture wing for the north end of this area. This end of the upper region, what's it called, upper region of Nebraska, so, anyway. So, it's just, it's all.
Do we have anything else in motion? Got in there about the building, what we want to do.
Yeah, it's done.
Well, we didn't have nothing else to read the minutes.
The minutes are in your packet also, I'll read them. Members present were Leslie Cheney, Ronnie Moorhead, John Golson, Ellen Abernathy. Members absent, Gary Myers, Cecily Heck, and Mary Everett. This was for the August 2nd, 2012 EDC meeting. Guests present were Ralph Whittle III, Jennifer Langford, Leanne Frazier, Danny Ellison, and Kelly Elkins. The meeting was called to order at 7:15 by Leslie Cheney. Invitations given by John Golson. Open forum, Ronnie Moorhead advised the board again that Gary Myers went to the interview in Waco for the Brazos River Authority. He felt that Gary would be officially appointed on August 17th. Kelly Elkins asked if any possible use for the Aspermont Lake has ever been considered. Minutes for the July 5th, 2012 were read. Ronnie Moorhead made the correction for the budget to be October 1st, 2012 through September 30th, 2013.
All right, Marty.
The budget had been listed as being 2012 to September 2013. This was listed in the minutes for June 16, 2012. Motion by Ronnie to accept minutes with correction on budget, and seconded by John Golson. Motion carried. Financial report was presented. John Golson made the motion to accept the report. Second made by Ronnie. Motion carried. Bills were presented. Motion made by John Golson to accept the report, and a second made by Ronnie. Motion carried. Director's report was presented. New board members. Ellen Abernathy was welcome to the EDC board. TMCN guidebook. Martha Jones presented a proposal to have 2 pages in the TMCN guidebook. This would be an opportunity to have more information about Aspermont listed and highlighted in the guidebook. Martha stated that she would contact businesses to be sponsors for $1,000 of the cost. The remaining $1,362.50 would be divided between EDC, IDC, and Chamber of $454.16 each. The Chamber had agreed to pay $454.16. John Golson made the motion to commit to 2 pages at a cost of $2362.50. The EDC would pay up to $1,816 if the EDC does not pay their third, and if those sponsors were willing to help with the cost.
IDC.
Huh?
IDC does not.
Oh, the IDC does not pay their third, and if those sponsors are willing to help with the cost. Ellen Abernathy made the second, and motion carried. ASBDC DMC building. Martha stated that offices of the EDC, IDC, and Chamber will be moving into this building within a month. John Golson stated that the AC heating needed to be checked out, along with the plumbing, before the move was made. Kennedy Pharmacy building. George Kennedy Jr. is still working on getting things out of the building. Meeting date, the EDC will continue to meet the first Wednesday of each month at 7:30 a.m. Meeting is adjourned.
Do you have anybody that wants to add to or take away or correct?
Appropriate to ask a question?
Yep.
You're abandoning these offices?
No. This is coming up. They're going to be given to the EDC.
Oh, okay.
And they're going to sign papers on this.
Yeah, and this will be up, our office will be up for retail. We'll be moving retail business hopefully this year.
So we're moving forward.
Okay.
Do we have a motion to accept the minutes? Any questions, John?
I was the only one here last time evidently, so.
Well, you and I were on it too. I was waiting for somebody to.
Well, I make a motion to accept it.
first motion and it died from lack of second thought.
Welcome to the EDC.
Yeah, you were there, you wasn't gonna make any motion.
I'm present.
That's how you voted for
This
president.
thing falling apart right here and I are on the hook.
I know it.
Financial report.
The next page on that, and it's, in September, so far, we've had $3,101.29 in bills. Our utilities, again, the kicker is the phone and the electricity. The $854.16, that is what we have paid as far as the Texas Midwest Guidebook. We paid the $454. We got $600 right now in sponsorships, and another $100 should be coming in. So we've gone ahead and paid it out of the EDC, but we'll be. But that's what our $854 or $754 is what we'll be actually earning. We have not received our sales tax this month so far. So it's going to be probably around $5,000 at least. We received $400 in rent. All of our rent has been paid. The 90832 listed is what the IDC and the chamber have reimbursed us for the Texas Midwest.
Oh, okay.
We've received our WKN rent again. That rent money is going back into the special account to reimburse all the money.
Have they actually moved in there?
No, they have not. I don't know what's going on. They're paying their rent. I turned off the electricity because I saw no sense in us continuing to pay for an empty building when they were going to. And as far as I know, the electricity is never going to turn back on, even though I sent all that information to Chris. Our loan is still being currently by Chucho's is still current. He owes $13,133.62. So right now in our account we have $14,390.09. Special has $37,615.52, which is a total of $52,005.61 for our income.
And then we're gonna spend another $1,000.
That special expense for that $1,035, that's on the closing on this bill.
Yes, yes,
That's up on the special expense.
yeah. That 1,035 is what we will owe to, because they were giving us the building. Ronnie and I kind of discussed it, and he felt like we should be able to at least pay for the closing costs.
Yeah.
They're providing the building, we need to pay.
The building cost estimated is around $17,000 is what it's on the books for. So we got a $17,000 building for $1,000. Pretty good deal. And then the next two pages is just showing you our check register, showing what bills have been paid and what we've done. The 6184 of the Abilene Reporter News is what we've done to that high school football book they do every year. That was ours. We split it with the IDC and the chamber. And I have started Ken, and Rusty Harris is also helping us, but Ken Herman has started cleaning up the DMC building and all the stuff behind it. So we've paid him $50 so far. Ken, he's worked another day. They've done an exceptional job. They have really cleaned up. They started moving the chamber stuff out of the top of the building, out of our second story, and so they're really doing a lot of work. It's going to be very nice.
Yeah, anybody have any questions about bills?
Motion pay bills.
Yeah, and that's the next
Approve
page.
the bills.
Approve the bills. One question, do y'all want to continue to pay my membership to the Lions Club? Gwen Myers is the one that suggested that last year, and it's up for renewal. It's up to y'all if y'all. I do go, and I do participate in their concession stand or the basketball games or something like that. I do participate.
And you put out flags.
I do put out flags or people like this, so I do participate. sure that y'all wanna continue with. I have it on there because we do owe.
We've got a motion to approve the bill. Right, second. All in favor? All nay?
Next is my director's report. Basically, it's talking about we're moving over to the DMC building as soon as possible.
What does it take to get the air AC?
That's on down the road.
You're not gonna unveil that yet?
That's it's gonna take a new one. Guy gave me a estimate. I have it in there. Terry has one on his desk. He's told me for about 3 weeks that he would get it to me. I need to go check the fax and see if he sent it to me because he was gonna fax it. It's around $4,000 to put a new one on it. That is not, right now, it's a 1994 unit. Guy said they're, whatever kind it was, they're phasing it out. The coil is what's the problem. The coil is between $1,000 to $1,500 to replace it, to keep the Freon in it. So it's kind of like, this new one would be, I think it's around 4,000, like I said, like that estimate's in it. You know, whatever y'all's pleasure. Let me go get those.
Did you say that he had bought all of those units from the?
Yes, he said those would not fit on top of the building.
Although,
And it's on top of the building is the problem. Guy gave us an estimate of, for a new one, $4,133.07. That's a new one with, because it's up on the roof and the, give you in charge of that. Yeah, it's up on the roof, and so he has to build a curb around it, kind of like the deal at the hospital. And so there's a little bit more expense, but
Did Terry give you a verbal?
it was all on his desk. And I called him 2 weeks ago and said, I need it. I'll mail it to you. I called him yesterday and said, it's on my desk. And I said, well, can you fax it to me? I said, I've got to have it in the morning. And so, that's it.
while we're talking about that too, that when we got the big rain, just talk about that building, the roof did have a couple of leaks. I've got a roofer coming to put the new roof on the community center, and I've asked him while he's here to take a look at that. Maybe while they're
Terry.
here, we might get a
Can you
cut
give
rate
me
on
the
the
Bible?
new roof while we're here. Sliding cook out of Abilene is going to be doing this.
Sorry.
Sliding cook out of Abilene is going to, with the contractor, going to put a new roof on the community center. While he's here, he's going to look at the roof on this building too, to see if while they're here, they might can give us a special price if we want to try to put a roof on. And it did leak.
Flat tar,
Yeah.
gravel roof.
We, on these flat roofs, Commissioner's Court, we looked into different roofing materials and methods, and it's hard, right? It's just the only thing, it looks to me like we'll hold it up on this. We got 30 years out of that in the courthouse and the community center. The school had this foam stuff flowing on there, and they got holes all in that.
That new roofing.
I don't know who did it, yeah, that's what they do. But anyhow, he said he'd come when they get here, he'd come look at that and see what.
As long as you give a flat roof, it's 20 years what they told me. I didn't know that. So, we got 30 out of them over at the courthouse.
You know, the thing of it is, hot as it is here, you kind of re-enter that buildings moving around, whatever, you know.
Everything's
Yeah.
together.
But if you put something in there that's original,
Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And the phone, is that hail damage that caused leak?
I don't know, they've got hold, I'm assuming it must be hail
I
damage.
think it's supposed, I don't know, it's supposed to be ambulance, Shirley's supposed to be.
Well, I think that bid don't say that.
Oh, okay, I'll have to.
Anyway,
Terry's about to fax us his deals on air conditioning.
what are you talking about on the bid?
it just has on there, it's got a ring 3-ton package unit heat pump, the way it's seen.
Heat pump is a AC.
Yeah.
It's heat and cool.
Yeah,
It is.
it's both,
Yeah.
and that price should, air handle and everything should be figured in. But I guess being on the roof, that'd be an all-in-one unit cost, like those over there.
And a heat pump doesn't make it toasty warm, it keeps it freezing. It's not toasty warm, it's not like backing up to a fireplace.
No, it's not, it'll keep the place, you get your temperature right, but it's not like backing up to a fire. They do it. Do we have anything else on our, director's report, or?
The main thing is also in October, that annual meeting or annual conference for the Texas Midwest Community Network is October 17th. We have 5 tickets between the EDC, IDC, and Chamber, and if anybody would like to go, we'd love for y'all to. It's in Abilene. It's an all-day thing. I mean, it's like starts at 9 until 3. Very interesting. You do a lot of networking. Good speaker. Last year they had the guy from the guy in Kansas that wiped out the whole town and came back completely green, that, you know, came back with completely green town. Everything was very efficient and all that. Very interesting.
And that's Texas Midwest
Community network.
Oh, you want my coffee?
You're fine.
There you
Give
go.
that somebody. Give that password to somebody that's got some reflexes. That would not be me.
So, but I'll get y'all more information if you're interested. You know, like I said, we have the 5 tickets. Sonny Campbell, city administrator, is going to go with me, and so it'd be nice to have more than just one person. Usually there's just one from our community. So, but that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, discuss and take action on the following items. Welcome new board members, we got 3.
No confetti.
Just
We're,
Mary and Cecily weren't here last time, so I just want to make sure they were
yeah,
welcome.
we thank you for your time and your being able to come and do this.
Should we tell the whole story now, or what?
No, don't do that.
There's a lot to it, I know, because Jim served for a while, I know.
Election of officers.
Hey, you got it.
Whoa, man.
Hey, there we go.
On camera. We'll run that back.
Y'all have a president, vice president, and a secretary.
Motion leave them sing.
No,
Well, we really don't have a president.
Second.
we don't have a
Well,
president.
would you be willing to serve in that capacity?
No, I think we need somebody that knows something about something.
Well, you were sounding very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Yes, you're. I thought he was making an extra job, didn't you?
I'm having to bite my tongue here. When we introduced our new board members, I want to say suckers. No, I just kidding. I'm glad we got new board members. But sometimes I say things that's not, that didn't be said.
Don't we all?
Probably needed to be.
I think John Dane will make a
No,
great
sir.
president.
I'm not, you can just count me out. I've been here way too long, probably time for me to be removed.
No.
Your grandfather did so far back here on your
That's,
And
could create more problems.
no,
mean, he calmed me into this forever ago.
Leslie? No, I'm not ready.
I guess
I
the main
gotta
thing president
do
needs
some learning.
to be available for the signing and some parliamentary procedure, really, the rest of it's.
Run the meeting, basically, it's, they're the registered agent of the EDC. And basically, it's saying that
You make any comments?
not necessarily that you're taking the full responsibility
Get
if
it.
something happens to the EDC, but that you can sign for them on the consensus of everybody else.
I guess.
You got that much going on, do you, Les?
Sorry, set you up.
No, I can do it, but, I would rather not, but have to, will. And then we turn it over to Mary, just.
Well, I'll be frank with you, this is my first board, and so this is my first experience with this.
We can get you into a lot of other things.
We're growing class.
My job never, see, I can't do that.
You're not even good.
No, that's a heavy responsibility.
It is. I'd like to get one on the wing.
You open the movie. Well,
And I gotta get the feedback for it.
who's next in line for vice president?
Who is vice president?
I am.
He is.
Oh, I thought you were.
I can't be president and vice president.
When I was president, he was around, that bumped Leslie up here, and I kinda like it. You know, I do too, I kinda like that.
Well, here's the deal, if we put Leslie and Ronnie on there, as president and vice president.
Where did my name come from?
It just did.
Well, I mean, they're right here in town, they're always handy. Y'all can help out, I mean, y'all just fit the benefits of the community.
You know, the thing is,
You got more.
Ronnie does a lot already, you know, he does.
I kinda got both of you right now.
But he does a good job too.
And then both of you smoking.
Do we need to make a nomination?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to nominate Leslie Chambers for the president of EDC.
Well,
Nomination cease.
Nomination season. Make the evaluation.
what do we do?
All in favor?
Yeah, I don't even want to say that.
Well, I'm gonna vote for it.
I'm not voting for myself. Okay, vice president, somebody make a nomination of either Jerry or John Dane or Don, particularly
That's good.
Ronnie.
You know, need to get some of you younger people in it, right?
Vice president will be a good learning spot.
That's a good place to put people
Just
at.
around for it.
Are you making that motion, John?
I don't know which one I want. I'm sitting too close.
Yeah, man, I'm in Auburn.
Don't be a chicken in this game.
Let's just let them flip a coin. Odd man out.
Well, you could do that.
What we
I nominate Mary.
Well, I can't say. Do we have a second
I will.
nomination? Okay. Do we have any more nominations for vice president? Okay. Let's vote on Mary.
No.
All in favor of Mary as our vice president?
I'm already on several of these things.
Not only is she a good person, she's a good neighbor too.
There you go.
All right. Who do we need to vote for
Secretary.
secretary? Who can write and listen at the same time?
I'm watching someone taking some real good notes.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Is that a nomination?
That's a nomination.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second that one.
You're right.
But I'm going to reject John Davis.
Start saying.
Do we have any other nominations for secretary? Let's vote on that. Okay.
I'll continue to write them for the day.
Thank you. I'll bring a cabinet.
We will furnish pads if you need. Okay. cards. I need a motion for who you want on the signature card. Usually it's the entire board. We have 2 signatures on our account. Me or Stephanie will sign, and then we'll get a board member to sign the signature.
Okay,
And that we
do
need.
we have to, if we've already got a signature card over there,
We're gonna have brand new ones.
It's gotta be in the minutes.
It's gotta be in the minutes that we're taking off Gwen, Donna, and David, and adding everybody.
we all need to sign these and we need a motion, don't we?
Yeah, make a motion to remove the outgoing old members from the board, and we add, we need to be specific by name, Gwen,
Yeah.
Donna, and
David.
David, remove them from the signature card, of course, National Bank, and the bank account, and we add the new members.
Which are Ellen, Mary,
Mary.
Rosemary.
The ones that are already on there that say don't have to be redone.
Yes, y'all have to,
Everybody-
everybody has to resign.
Everybody's got to sign, so.
And we're all here, so that's good.
Okay, that's,
Who is David here?
Sykes.
David Sykes. I don't know, if David, did a good job.
I like David's perspective on things, you know, I maybe some kind of comment about had a problem with public funds going to private enterprise, he said he has done that for 25 years. He's down in
One other thing on the signature card, you still want me and Stephanie on the signature cards, right? Okay. So start, pick and go around. 2 cards. Okay, do we have a
2
motion?
different cards, we need to sign.
Yes. 2 different cards.
Okay, now we can start.
Do we have a motion and all that?
Oh, did we?
Ronnie did the
Yes.
motion.
Okay, Gary says second, all for, raise your right hand. Okay, we vote for it. Okay, on to ED.
Birthday's coming home. You don't know when you're coming to play golf.
Hello? Hi, Tom, EDC meeting. Waiter.
Other than that,
Good.
This is our meeting, y'all.
you're giving up all.
Yeah, I have to give up jobs.
Well, you can't
Just this
because
one
you're
time.
injured, can't play golf, injured.
Are we passing it?
Oh.
we-
I just had a race in 8 here, so I didn't want to.
Can we go on while everybody's signing on the?
I can't do two things. No, we can go ahead.
The next is the EDC property, and did y'all go look at that land?
No,
Uh,
I'm supposed to, but
yes, you were.
You said you would.
I know. I will do that when I leave here. What I said last time?
Our EDC
No, I
land
can't
out by the
remember that
airport,
part.
that we're still paying on, we got 1 year left on it, less than 1 year.
And it'll be paid off.
It'll be paid off. Still trying to sell it. However, with the lawnmower races, there is a possibility that that might be used as lawnmower races. They have the equipment to clear it off, and they're willing to, and I mean, that's something that we might look into eventually. Is the lawnmower races is going to be, and then making it into also a BMX, the motocross with the kids.
Well, she took my suggestion seriously.
I mean, they're looking at it. They are.
You know what, that might really work.
I mean, you know, it gets people in town. I mean, they still have to come through. They have a lot of RV people that come through. Which I told them.
Well, you know, look at that, and like I said, one of Del's cousins got close to Mexico. They got into the motocross, dirt bike. And they had a place inside town, and they put in a dirt bike track and had sanctioned meets. 40,000 people showed up in that place. You know, it's nuts. And, you know, and I just had see that property set there.
I think, there's people from out of town come to our lawnmower.
Yeah.
Oh,
They have people from Hamlin and I think Stanford coming.
Have you not been down?
A lot of people are coming.
You need to drive down there. I promise you, you'd enjoy it. You may not think you would.
Oh, there's people around there.
It really is.
Still down there by the.
I mean,
Across
and
from
it's-
Rodeo Ground.
Bill and his group, the Mullen boys, are willing to probably clean it out and do some stuff. I mean, we could do some serious, you know, if we put it on the far end, the races there, you know, that would give all the parking up this way next to the road. I mean, there's a lot of potential. So, I mean, that's only about 6 miles.
You know,
Yeah,
where
where
the road
they're-
is.
Is it that far?
That's according to them, they say it is. And when I did advertising, they said about 6 miles.
That 235, isn't that at 235 here, or is that 138? You know where Sassy lives?
That's Walmart Road, you go by our house, go out there, first road on the right. You know, after you get,
And then it's just about a mile up. We
It's
need to
not
flag
out
it.
there, but I know.
can't throw a rock to it, but it's pretty close.
I mean, we don't have any water or anything to it, but that would be an ideal location because you could bring some 40 pots out there and take care of business that way.
I think Bill Coleman.
Bill.
Are you bringing coffee? Yeah.
Sounds like a popcorn machine.
Good one. Yeah, it's low spot there.
So is it that land?
I think it is, isn't that where all that road, that's road up there?
It's not the field right adjacent to the airport, it's the next one back west, right?
Yeah. There's a field before it, which is the swings, and then we have, it's just about an acre. I mean, width, isn't it? It's not that much. It's long, it's not, it's 160 acres.
No, it's, I don't know how wide that is.
But anyway, I mean, I think that would be something really worth possibility of making it back into a racetrack field. So if they're interested, would y'all be?
I'd be interested in putting it to use in anything if we can get it sold.
Just about accurate.
And those races, it is amazing how much interest it generates.
It'll start bringing people in, well, it already has.
Yes.
You know, if they need a place up and then right there, get bigger parking, whatever.
I
See,
Where you good, you do a little more.
I
We
started.
got 100 acres, 180 acres out there, that is.
Deputy came down there and talked to me about it this morning. Or I'm just saying that, I didn't have a problem with moving the races out there, and then I said, you know, on a spot that size, to get more of the community involved and expand the thing, about the BMX bicycle races. You know, build a little track for them and there's plenty of room.
On a deal like that, though, do we need to?
You need some?
Do we need to, at a point, if they're gonna put the gate there, pay a little money so we can make some revenue off this deal? I mean,
We would have.
I'm not saying this to start out with, but I mean, some of there's gotta be a point there where we gotta say, well,
Yeah.
otherwise we don't really damage it, that's what's all we can.
And here's another consideration. Start doing it, we have to look at some type of liability insurance policy. So we need something.
If they organize into an organization, then we'll have to have a discussion. About grant, and then liability.
That's kind of what I was thinking, let them handle, and we get a portion, let them.
Yeah,
That's
We need to make enough at least to pay the taxes on it.
we don't pay,
We don't pay
we
taxes.
don't pay taxes.
We work, but then if you lease it or rent it to somebody, that might change. I don't know if they're organized with it or not. From what I've seen.
However, when they do race up here, Stephanie will have everybody sign a liability release.
Well,
So,
no.
because the land is owned right now just by the rodeo association.
But you got spectators in this, one of those.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we really need, yeah, that's something that if they're interested, like I said, we need to really start looking into, asking the lawyer what our advances are and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm just letting
You know, in all honesty, that might be something if Bill was this far along, if you ought to go maybe talk to an attorney know,
Right.
I'm just, but at least we have an idea of where we're at. I mean, if we're talking about $500 policy, they can pass a habit, we can do something to make that work, but a $25 deal, we need the other way. So maybe you ought to go ahead, and I don't know what attorney to talk to on a deal like that. I don't know.
Isaac, is he still?
Yeah.
Or we could use that, can we use our county attorney or
Well,
city, or
I can ask
James
him
Derrick,
back. James
Decker,
Decker,
so
yeah.
the city
City
uses.
uses him, will
You're
Stamper.
Yeah.
Or,
It's James.
But I just, you know, I think it'd be worth the money, but, I mean, they're gonna charge us, I'm sure, to talk to them, but I think it might be,
Joe
Being
Decker
at this
might be a
talking.
good one since
yes.
he's helping the city already.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a city attorney, and we're under the city, so we could,
Man City.
Maybe he'll do it, maybe he'll just do it for free.
I mean,
for the attorney. We'll do it in the city. We're under the city, according to the city. Okay. Double Mountain Building, again, we're closing today at 9:30. And, so, 1,035 is what our cost will be. Here's Terry Letz's deal on the air conditioning, 3-ton, 410 heat pump, rooftop unit, boutique kit and curb adapter. His bid is $5,213. 1,000 watts. 3-ton. So, what y'all, your apples is apples. And there also going to be some work on the plumbing possibly. The toilets are nasty looking, but I think it's just because the water dried in it, and we can clean that up. But the one in the ladies' room, there's a men and a women's deal, but the women's is sitting up off the floor. Looks like they put some foam deal and raised it up. Kim felt like he can take that off and fix it and clean it up. So, anyway, that's, there a little bit of plumbing. Again, we might have a leak in the ceiling or the roof, and we'll have to get that checked out. I didn't hear what you said about that guy. Is he gonna
well,
look
you
at
know,
it?
they're, I don't know what their schedule is right now, but when he comes up here to this roof,
He said that somebody said it was like a foam deal that they sprayed on it, what the roof is. It's not gravel, it's some
it's
type of
already got
spray
a foam
stuff.
on it.
Yeah. This is what somebody told me. This is what Ken said when he's up there looking. I'm not climbing up on the roof to look. But anyway, those are the only problems that we see. And we do have new ceiling tiles. They have some ceiling tiles that we can use. Kennedy Pharmacy. And also on the Double Mountain deal, I'm paying Ken $10 an hour. Rusty is helping them do a lot of the stuff, so we'll pay them each $10 an hour for that. The pharmacy, George needs help getting some of that stuff out. Do I have permission to pay Ken and Rusty to help haul some of that stuff out for George to get it cleaned up so we can get it?
Why can't George
Well,
make
you can't.
Well,
Yeah,
George.
that's supposed to be his responsibility.
Yeah,
Just
it's
Okay.
not our, but then we got labor.
We got the labor, but he'll have to pay for it. Okay, that's not a problem. Okay. The other thing is the Stonewall Hotel upstairs. Cecily and I met with Council of Governments yesterday, Wendy Patterson, representative, and Terracon, who is the one that went through and checked our building. There is asbestos in our building, but Terracon can help us redo it or clean it up to an extent. But we have to decide what we want to do with it upstairs, especially. We need, you know, Wendy suggested if we have 3 ideas, if we do residential, which is when one idea, it's going to take a little bit more because they have to go in and make sure there's not lead paint, a whole bunch of other stuff. If it's a business where kids aren't necessarily involved, it's not going to take as much. You know, it's just a higher extreme of cleaning it up, depending on what our use is for.
Explain this Terracon.
Terracon is a company, they are contracted through their environmental consultants. They're the ones that came in. This was all done free through Council of Governments. They came and specifically looked at everything to, just to see what we had or didn't have. But they help you get rid of it, help you figure out a plan, how much it's going to cost to clean it up. Then if there is something that has to be done, they will help you get rid of it. But there's also grants through the COG and through other agencies that can help us get through this.
I want to thank, the handbook that I printed off what's in here. And by the way, the EDC handbook, govern everything we're supposed to do. I made a copy of that, put it together, brought it to Mark, so anybody wants to look at it, probably be worthwhile. Well, I'm only certain I read something in there about it, the building, or building has asbestos in it. That has to be cleaned out or got rid of before we qualify for any type of grant. Have you read anything on that?
No, no. The asbestos, I mean, but that's, she talked about if it was friable or non-friable, and that means if it flakes off or not. But through the COG, they can help us do what we need to be done. To correct the problems, fix it, whatever.
There's something in that handbook that spoke to asbestos in our buildings. I don't know.
Okay, I'll look that up, but I don't know.
Once you look at it, get a chance to see what that says.
Like before we did,
In order to qualify for any grants, it's been quite a while since I read through that. There's something in there about asbestos in our building, and as it pertains to our ability to get grants.
It's because it's owned by the EDC.
And I may be mistaken. Maybe
Any
something else.
grant.
Yeah.
For any
But see, that's the whole thing of this particular, through the COG, they're called brownfield projects, and the brownfield projects get rid of hazardous waste. There's two of them, one for the hazardous waste, like asbestos, which is what our building is. Another one is a petroleum, which is they can take an old gas station, help clean all that up to be used as another business. So, I mean, I really think that we would be available. I mean, Wendy has had no problem with working with us on this and giving us, seeing what we can do to help. Didn't you have that impression?
yes, I think she was wanting us to determine, like, our top 3 things, if children, elderly, pregnant women would be in the facility, because it depends on, the depth of eradication of asbestos. You know, she said if it was gonna be an office building, then they could, you know, if it's not disturbed, if it's not, what was it called?
Friable. This is
Friable.
friable, it should surely.
No, she said the friable, you know, this isn't, look, because the friable is, like I said, it flakes off, like the tape in the bed. They did find some, like in some of the, taping and bedding, some of the places. But ours is mainly the glue, which is a non-friable. And I said, well, I have heard that if it was covered up, like, you know, that would be okay. She said it is. So it's kind of like it's there, we just have to address it, but it's stuff that can be fixed.
So we just have to determine like what level of decontamination we want, so that we can go ahead and get the grant.
I'm sure that tape picture was up.
It's not more so up there, it's downstairs.
Oh, down.
It's more downstairs. Everything's more downstairs.
Where all did they look?
Everywhere, in this whole hotel
They
building.
took 200,
Yeah, 250 samples. They went from the food pantry all the way to the pharmacy and all the way upstairs from there, all the way to like over in the food pantry, the Pony Espresso had some of the tile, the pharmacy, the asbestos ceiling, under the sink, stuff like that. This is a report. So anyway, I mean, we just need to really sit down and decide, what are we going to do with upstairs? I mean, downstairs is not a problem. We've got to figure out, what is our goal for upstairs?
oh, and, if we can claim it is to stabilize the building, we can qualify, get money to help. What?
Yeah, help with the joist.
Or
So it's not necessarily put in a new floor, but we can possibly get some grants to help us stabilize the floor, and then we can come in.
The stabilization of the building when it's, reconstruction, not new construction. So that would be good. But,
I see a lot of potential in there, in addition to what we've already got going on down
There's
there.
a lot of room there.
Yeah, a lot of room.
I mean, we've got to do something.
So we have to look at income between
Yeah,
now and then.
Well, it's gonna have to be a community project. I mean, that's the whole thing, it's gotta be a community. It is. Because she was talking about maybe a $200,000 grant is all, so it's gonna be a whole lot more. No, not even close. So that's why, I mean, but we need to decide and figure out pros and cons of each idea. Like if we did the loss, okay, what's pros on that? That type of thing.
If we still, I'll get that scooter.
I know you do.
Speaking of mosquitoes, everyone is aware of this West Nile. Yesterday, the report was 1,027 cases in the state of 50 cases. Be aware of it.
Yeah.
First year had done it, I don't know when.
All around. None here, none in Haskell. Kent County going west.
But really, until we got a 3-inch rain, we didn't have any mosquitoes.
But I sure have them down at night.
Do y'all have any suggestions on what y'all would like to see? I mean, we've talked about a community center type of deal, or a banquet room. We've talked about malls. We've talked about businesses, retail. Does anybody have any suggestions, and we can start working with? Y'all like those 3 suggestions so far?
What three, businesses?
Businesses, like some type of retail, office space. We come up with like office space. The lofts of residential, having 2 to 3 lofts up there.
that would be in, with the community.
Right.
There are already other places to rent for residents or whatever, rather than a school.
It might somehow have to be limited to say, kids or whatever. I mean, it's gonna have to all be ADA, the elevator, the big bathrooms.
She developed for some grants.
Look, I'll tell you what. Stanford evidently has something like lofts or parking. The young man is gonna do the student teaching in ag. I believe that Stanford has some places up above, one of the office buildings or somewhere that has places for rent, I think. So that's the first I heard that, but he could do it in Stanford, so. See what they do, what you find out about.
Any type of retail space or.
But then that, more you talk about, all the use of the problem. Getting people up there.
Well, I know, we talk about something like meeting rooms and stuff, but we have a meeting room, so there's any.
That's the thing, I mean,
We've got that.
we've got the community center, we've got these churches, we've built these family life centers, I mean.
Yeah.
The places to live are.
Yeah. And the law department would be good, but like John says, then you both up a different can of worms, that too.
I don't know.
The landlord business.
All these places go in.
Well, we are, yeah.
You mean you can't see 20 years ahead and determine what
I
should
can't
be?
say 5 minutes behind.
What? I don't sound like we're making them, that's the only thing, I mean, how far can we go? I mean, how,
Well, that's
we
just it.
could drop $1 million somewhere, even if it was grant money, and never, I mean, would we not be ahead to spend money on what we already have out there here that's a lot less money, and I'm certainly not gonna be
Right.
raising them, because I'd love to see, I think it'd be cool to have prom and everything else up there, like, it'd be really sweet looking, I can see it, but at the same time, we've got these other buildings we have to retain.
Right. Well, and the other thing though, this, in my opinion, this is not gonna be something that can be done in the next year. It's gonna take a good 5 to 10 years, but we've got to start making some
Yes,
arrangements.
we can always make a haunted house out of it and advertise all over, get people coming in here at Halloween.
The only sad thing on the haunted house right now, any excess traffic up there brings a lot of dirt down below. And because of the restaurant next to us, we have to be careful. I mean, to me, it would be a great haunted house, you know, but there's a lot of holes in the floors, there's a lot of stuff. So it's like, you know, if we could just start with maybe getting a floor fixed, and then, you know, the next stop would be something else, but.
You start on the process, and they say you got to finish it, kind of what they be all right. In other words,
You have so much time.
Can you get a grant to do the floor? Well, they call it floor, the graded substructure, whatever you want to call it, stabilized building.
Right.
Does that mean you've got to go to the next process? Okay, is it possible to get the grant to just do that, to stop at that point? And like I say, it could be a 10-year project. I mean,
It is, if you can tie it to what's going on down here, this is a hazard to what's happening.
yes. And we stabilize this, the time being, and then, or is it one of those deals, once you commit your inspection, okay, now, we give this much grant money, we expect y'all to go ahead and finish it, put the windows in, and send them. I mean, is it that?
I don't know, I will sure find out. I mean, if we could.
Very good question. We could do
The
it.
other thing on the windows that has been suggested, we don't have to have all those windows up there. You know, we could very easily block some out, and that would be something else to look at. I mean, since we're not going to go historically, we could probably take, because it is very hot, it's got to have some air breathing, you know, it's just, but if we take out some of the windows, that's something else. But I will start on the stabilizing, see what we can do with that, so we can know what our next step is. I will know that.
We can just leave it on every time. Lower part.
I will see what I can do and start working on that. Yes.
Back up to the bids on the air conditioning.
Yes, yes. Oh, you're right here. Yes.
There is a price difference, but I think Terry Lex said his bid is on a ream.
Guys is on a ring.
Guys is on a ream,
Mm-hmm.
when we don't have a make on the other one. And that might make a difference.
What?
Yeah, 3-ton, 13 sear, 410 heat pump is Terry's, and Guys is the ring 3-ton tanker, 3 phase 240.
I bet they're the same.
Really?
Do we want to vote on that?
I would like to have the air conditioning in that
Well,
building.
you know, it's not been this, you know, in the old days, people got out with the fans.
I do have those too.
Huh?
We better have an electric.
I will have a
Actually,
fan.
there was one already in there. It's multicolored. It's beautiful.
And it will be in my office if I don't have the air conditioner.
My thought is, and we're gonna drop 4,000 on the air conditioner, then do you think it's gonna take extensive plumbing?
I don't
What do you
think
think
so.
the issue with, you mentioned the toilets?
I think it's just, he needs to go in there and like
turn
we
the
have
water
some
on?
tile, we haven't turned the water on, it just recently got turned off, but, where they were still getting a bill from the city for water and sewer and refuse. We haven't turned on the water, there shouldn't be a water problem. There was when they left 5 years ago. I think in the tile, if it's underneath it, I think it just needs to be re-leveled. We do have some more tile to fit on that floor, so I don't think there'll be much.
So.
I would think
where
less
do you
than $100.
see the end expense wise being? I mean, you know,
Inside, really, just as long as the toilet and water is working. You know, that, I figure between $100 to $200 max. Toilets are still good, as far as I know. Huh? Haven't tried. That is nasty. Really nasty.
But as far as the building, floors,
Everything looks good. The tile, like I said, the ceiling tile, there's some stains, but we have extra tiles. Just if the roof shows up, there's a problem. You know, lately we haven't had a problem with rain. You know, 79. Tomorrow we'll have a problem. Tomorrow and Friday we'll know if we have a leak. We've taken down the tile to see. And there is water coming in from the front, but that's just standard when it blows in. mean, you can see at the front door, and but that's like that all the way across.
Just, I'll see what we stand.
Well, here it is, on this building it is. I mean, we've got water, our floor is right in front, where the water's coming under the door from the heavy rains that we had in the morning.
Anybody want to make a motion? I mean, okay.
It's not.
Well, it's under EDC property, and I just put everything as kind of like,
Yes.
I was listing it as any problems we might have with any of those property, what we might need.
Close by.
What do y'all think?
I mean, that's why I listed it like it did, because if any problem we're dealing with each of those problems or entities that we have.
Well, I think we almost have to go with the cheaper bid. I'm not. I don't think we have a choice.
It looks like it's apples and apples on it.
Yeah. And I'll make a motion to accept guys, because it is, like I said, it's gonna be based on the same.
We got a motion, second.
Hold on.
Second.
Do we discuss,
Hey, oh.
can we discuss what your, I'm John A., what's your opinion on that? No,
On
continue minutes.
on the minutes,
Is that covered?
well, I don't know, it's really not specific enough to spend more money.
I'm trying to look at you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't want to get with Jim down the road.
The way this is, it's kind of a general discussion, it's not, I think we need to have that as a specific item.
I suggest that we don't have to wait a month. My suggestion is let's give a little more than that on the plumbing
Okay.
and put this off for 7 days or whatever the appropriate time is, and maybe get a little more information on the plumbing. And we'll do the air conditioner.
Hey, y'all want to set a date on, when we can meet again?
Some morning.
Or in the lunch, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I noticed more every when I was in there, but what about having the carpet cleaned? It's the ceiling's been leaking on it.
Well, I agree, yeah.
It's
You know,
been
let's
there
have
for
it.
5 years.
I think she needs a carpet clean here.
You know, let's just.
I mean, just, I'm saying just to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
We
try
have
to
that.
think of all the different little things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no difference.
Could we table that so get some more information?
Yes, you want more information on the plumbing
And
in that building?
let's get this listed. So
Okay, okay.
Set us up for next week.
I will be gone the night, next Wednesday and Thursday. Y'all want to do it next Tuesday, the 18th? Yeah, you have to have 3 days to get posted, so I can post it today.
Just figure it out appropriately.
Lunch or morning? Early morning?
Give yourself enough time to
Well,
get
they,
these
they
things
out
down.
of town, so. I used my cell phone as my alarm clock and I pushed snooze on it. Well, apparently, set the alarm for snooze. It'll snooze for 45 minutes.
You're supposed to understand this like that.
Really?
I set my alarm one time and it went off a month every day. And it happened to be at 3 or 4 o'clock.
Okay, we're gonna plan to, okay?
I can normally make it at 7:30 or just.
Okay, it'll either be next Tuesday or next Friday,
Just,
and depending on when I can get the CDO to get the water turned on. Okay, I'll let y'all know.
Do we have anything else on our building?
No. That's all I have.
Anybody have any comments or anything?
what about, what's the deal on, I hear that there's a young lady that's interested in moving downtown. How's that progressing?
Well, if the people that are in this front building would ever could move over to another building, I think
That's
arrangements could be
definitely
moved.
Hey, on our agenda, go ahead and put the roof also.
Maybe he'll be here by then.
Do y'all want me to get some other estimates of people to come over, like get Boo or BOOB?
Yeah, if you can get it done that quick.
Okay, I will see what I can do.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, that's pretty quick.
Oh, I said she thought that was rock and gravel roof.
Rock and
think it's that old. And if, you know, I don't know if there's anything set in stone about having a meeting next week. I know you won't get started, but if you don't get the information together, let's do it when it's.
Well, I mean, and really the thing of it is, I mean, we're not ready to move by any chance. You can tell all of our stuff is still scattered and everything out there.
Well,
I mean, they're making working toward it there, but we still got stuff to do.
you know, need to get the any repairs and, like you mentioned, cleaning over that. That's gonna take a little time. And then
You were gonna say.
Yes, I would like to move into this space, but then it comes, like, what are we gonna do with this space? You know, I don't wanna move in here and then have to find a different space when we start remodeling or whatever the asbestos cleanup stuff, so. We might need to
Which way would y'all like to work that?
But we do have a tentative tenant.
Yeah.
I think
She
she
love
would.
it with things.
it would be convenient for me.
I think it would help everybody's business, everybody in town would really enjoy what they're doing.
But there would have to be some changes, you know, have to be,
Discuss that for,
yeah, some plumbing, like I have to have hot water, I don't know if there's hot water in here. So we would have to have a hot water heater, and I have to have solid surface floor, so we would have to take up the carpet, but you could cement underneath. You know, we could just stain it or whatever. No big deal, but I just have to have solid surface and hot water.
Yeah, it's terrible. Cut good badly.
Also, I would want to do a mechanic test, and I'll have to have a key code. But,
We don't have any.
I was gonna try to put it by those double front doors and, get a double door lock, you know, so that they have access to the internet after hours, you know, 'cause I don't wanna be up here at 9 o'clock at night. And that way they wouldn't have access to the full salon, only the internet. So, the two giant, but I would like for it to be there. Whenever the time comes.
anything else on the building? Well, let's go to ordinance contract.
James Baker asked or made a proposal to, exterminate our whole building, whole block, from the variety store to the pantry for $65 a month. They come in and do it every month. Look on roaches, common ants, rats and mice, pharaoh ants, common spiders, beetles and crickets. And they'll do it once a month. The initial cost is $125 and then $65 a month later. Ray Dawn, I haven't got back with him. I talked to Susan, she's the one that usually comes and says, I have bugs or whatever, seasonal, and they'll come quarterly. Ray Dawn usually comes quarterly in our building in hers. So, I don't know if it's worth investing, which is $780 a year for pest control, or what?
Or
Do it on a
one
quarterly?
quarter, when they charge it a quarter.
I really don't know. I mean, I've got to.
Does that include the bats?
The bats are already gonna be taken care of, or whatever. I mean, that's not really.
Can we table this for next week? You talk to, get a, kind of proposal right on.
Yes, yes.
Any other comments on that? Okay. Director's position salary.
I am still on probation. I was never taken off of probation. My contract, when it started in 6 months, which was in June or July of last year, which is when I started my treatment, then it was tabled until December. IDC tabled it again. So I've never been officially taken off of probation. So I need, if possible, taken off probation law, 25% raise across the board, that's between the EDC and IDC, which right now my pay is $20,000 a year and I'm asking for $25,000 a year. The IDC has said yes, if y'all say yes, they met last night. And that goes on to the, look at your budget for next year. That's, oh, y'all don't have those, because I was going to hand those out to you, so y'all would have those all over here. This is the budget. Oh, sorry. I'm making you work hard. This is a complete set, Mary, so let's do that. I guess the first thing is address whether or not I'm off probation. We need a motion for me coming off probation.
We have a motion on, director's position for probation. Do we have a second? Any discussion? I know the reason why we put it on the table is because she got sick, and at the time she was occupied a lot with cancer.
But that's over. We're through it.
But her hair's back and she's back.
Curly and all. I have a lot of things. I haven't accomplished as much as I wanted to this year, but I feel like I do have some things. I've bought a lot of buildings for this EDC. Acquisition.
Spent a lot of our money.
Spent a lot of y'all's money.
Yeah.
But I'm not planning on leaving anytime soon. I'm really working towards getting things really started again.
We need to get you off probation.
Oh, you got that on.
We've got a motion. So we have to say.
But we got it, that's the one.
All in favor, raise your right hand.
Thank y'all.
Is that for salary or is that?
That's just position.
Yes, that's a position.
Now we'll talk salary.
Everything we keep getting more and more money. Then as far as the salary, but then going on to the budget, the very last page of this set shows how much money we have received over the last 2.5 years from city sales tax. In 2011, we keep getting more and more money every year. And it continued on through this year. We've received more money each year. I don't have August on here and September. Again, we haven't received September's sales tax yet. Yes, right now,
My question, the reason I ask is, we don't want to do this in 6 months, we got to take that part, take it back.
Right.
We can't afford it. So
no, we can't. On the next to the last page, it does show how much we've received so far this year. So far,
Does the city have to approve
the budget.
the budget and the salary?
Yes, yes. So it's kind of like y'all started and saying, yes, we approve it, and then I take it to the city.
Basically, our vote is just a vote to take it to the city for approval.
That's what I was thinking.
And on that, the yearly income, just, Mary had a good question she asked me the other day. Because we have increased our sales tax versus the IDC, is showing that we, on like in July and August, our difference was $908.15 from the previous year, and that's because I have to divide where I'm acting like we still are only getting half of it, even though we got the full amount. It's kind of like, if that's, we would have only gotten 400 and 2,300, 25, 2,600 from July if we were still just getting a 4, so I kind of used it like that. And that's how much, if we had just the half amount, we would have made $908 more this year, 175 in July. Like, here's money.
Well, if you look at the difference, from 2011, just take January 2011 to 2012, the difference is $191.61. If you drop down to May, it's tax revenue in May of 11 was $2631.39, in 12 it was $63.46. That does not equal out to $1,083.50.
But I think
And so when I asked her about it, she explained that she wasn't real sure how to put it down here. If we, well, you explain.
well,
Now I'm
the
lost.
63.46.68 is what we got the full half cent,
Okay.
instead of normally getting just the 4. So I had to subtract or divide the 63.46.68, which would have been 2,000 or 3,000 something, minus the 2631.59 from the previous year. We would have made more than 1,000. So it's not like we made, 4,000 more dollars. It's as if we still have, but I'm showing this is how much we're getting. But because we did it in mid-year.
1,083 is
half of the
comparing
63.
them apples and apples.
Yes.
But we actually got another couple $1,000 because we got the other
The full
4
amount,
cents.
yes.
And then in adding down, that red figure is correct, the subtotal of 22.
Yes, the
That is
22,000,
correct.
that is the,
Of the revenue.
yes.
See, I just got confused going,
I changed it for you. Let me tell you, working with Excel is always an
Oh,
experience.
faster sometimes, do it all the time, make it over time.
Yes.
We have a motion,
I
or discussion? Motion.
I have a little discussion. I have no objection to the amount of the pay raise. I have checked to the 25%. How do we fix that? I just think that sets a precedent. I'm afraid that could set a precedent for future raises. 25% pay raise is pretty big.
But if you just say 5,000, you say
That works. So when you put that other on there,
I can take off the
Part of
45%,
it-
that's not a problem.
Part of it, it was just an annual pay raise. I'm like you, but this is coming off of probation.
Well, listen,
Probation.
when you go off probation, you usually have a substantial raise. So I know that's personal.
That's it. I mean, like I said, like if it was just an annual raise, y'all 25%, I think really all of it's.
a few years down the road, could be a total.
But-
Okay, but because
but-
coming off of probation, that makes sense. That, so that it doesn't necessarily, I mean, she can't come on probation every year.
Hopefully
We
not.
hope we don't have to put her back on probation.
I don't want to. I don't like probation.
We won't be discussing raises, probably.
Okay, that answers that.
Okay, we have a motion.
But, just.
Okay, we're still discussing.
Well, our tax revenue, you think we're gonna be looking at just the sales tax revenue is gonna be maintained in that below 30,000 range, or maybe 30,000 range? I mean, I know that's crystal ball kind of stuff, but.
I think a lot depends on all of that.
It does,
Her guesstimate, well, I'm not sure where she got these figures that are in the parentheses.
Where'd you
Total,
at?
on the back page,
Or the
I
next
think it
one.
was the back page.
next to last page,
Yeah.
of the yearly income.
So she's got in parentheses for September, October, November, December.
That's
That's the total.
doubling what we made the year before.
Exactly.
Which
And that's what your estimate is.
That's kind of it, yeah,
Okay.
that's 10,000, 20,000 more, so we're gonna be bringing in around 50,000, 50 to 60,000 more total.
The difference between,
It looks like.
it looks like you're
Pretty
gonna add
standard.
$27,000 plus dollars. this figure,
Yes, to the 33,000.
33, I don't,
Well, not entirely, because you've got part of that up here.
not here. These
See,
four,
we've been averaging somewhere just under $3,000 a month in sales tax revenue because we were only getting a quarter.
okay, and then here.
And now, since we're getting the whole half,
Right.
we should be averaging, you think, somewhere just shy of 6,000.
Yes.
Somewhere between 500 and 6,000 a month.
Last year, the IDC brought in with their full half cent,
Is what we're talking about.
$58,924. We had 29, right under 30,000 last year. So the IDC brought in around 50,000, almost 59,000.
So
So
just
that's
flipped
another,
this coming
yes.
year.
So it should be, another 20 to 30,000 more this year. Pretty close.
Now, on that salary, we did agree that we are now picking up 2/3 of it, IDC's picking up 1/3. We're not-
Is it
we
2/3?
had it
We've had it as a quarter and 3/4.
A quarter and 3/4. That's that broke out here?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that was the impression that I had, that it was 3/4 of IDC and y'all pay a quarter. It's switched.
So we're gonna pay three
No,
quarters.
it should have been 1/3 and 2/3, but 4 and 3/4, that's what it said.
I put 2/3 and 1/3. I mean, because if you think.
Well, that's kind of what the revenue stream is.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Well, they get a quarter, we get a half, so that's 1/3 and 2/3.
Okay. That can be changed. I mean, that's nothing, I don't know where it's really written, that is how it's set up.
I remember when that was, and I think it was who was the last doctor?
Dr. Miller.
Miller?
Miller is the one that questioned that. Time it sounded like he had to figure it out. A quarter as opposed to third.
So, which is it supposed to be, y'all remember?
Well, I think I remember we said it at a quarter and 3/4, and never did quite understand
Exactly,
why.
they're getting a fourth, we're getting a 3/4.
No, we're getting two. They get a quarter and we get a half, so
Right,
that's
yeah.
1/3 and 2/3, basically, of the total amount of time. But see, the city took back a quarter. So we're actually only getting 3/4. They get, the IDC gets one of them and we get two of them. So it should be a 1/3 and 2/3, but I never have quite understood why we went to a 4th and 3/4.
1/3 and 2/3, and then the city gets part of that?
No,
That's the way I understood it.
no, see,
They got a quarter.
there's a full one cent.
Okay, they're getting a fourth of it.
They're getting a 4th.
That's how we got our fourth.
Now, see, it used to be split, I guess, half and half, and the city took back a 4th of it. So IDC now gets a 4th, and we get a half.
Maybe the city ought
So
to.
out of
that-
our
of
full
that sales
budget,
tax.
how we balance her thing would be a third, two-thirds.
I mean, that would make sense, but
I
I mean,
agree.
we done it 3/4.
What we're looking at as a whole,
Yeah.
we got,
Yes.
they're taking a quarter, and we've got 3/4. We're taking,
We get,
We get-
IDC gets 4.
we get a half, and they get a fourth.
Mhm.
That makes a whole.
So, does
So
the
when
city
we're
pay
paying
their
that-
salary?
What we're looking at is that 3/4.
Right.
And if we can say it in quarters or thirds or whatever, we're looking at in 3/4.
Yeah.
3/4.
3/4, and they get one of them, and we get two of
Well,
them.
when you say it in thirds, it doesn't sound
Right. I thought about a 1/3 of the whole pie that the EDC, IDC
Yeah.
gets. But for whatever reason, and back when it was flopped the other way, we decided to split the expenses of things on a 4th and 3/4. Made no sense, we didn't still do it. You know.
Basically, what we're doing, what we're getting and the EDC's getting, it should be a third and 2/3.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Actually, what, we need to discount what the city gets.
So, I
I'm saying, this
is that
this
something
is what
we
we
may
got
need
of
to-
this whole pile.
We may need to rethink with the IDC.
Let's do that, because it needs to be a third,
Yeah.
of what we're getting.
Exactly.
We were looking at forests, when we looked at the city's not in there.
Yeah, city's out, they're keeping theirs, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
You know, if you could just went to school at Peacock, you'd be as smart as a judge. Just don't get education up there, but you're not gonna get that.
But that's,
You go to
That's
Georgia,
my whole budget.
that's
Oh,
gonna
that's
give us
goodness,
less.
Big time.
Yeah.
Well, two-thirds of it, we can actually, well,
I'd rather have 3/4.
This is
no, we're
set up.
talking about paying salary now.
Well, with the whole, with the whole.
When it comes to splitting the expense,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
expense of
However,
operations.
however, shared bills, which is supplies, advertising, travel and conferences, memberships, is split 3/4 to a 1/4.
That's what I'm saying.
So this redoes the whole
Well,
budget
Could we
again.
leave it like it is in the next budget?
Next budget,
I think that
let's
should be-
adjust that thing to a more equitable.
Let's go back
I
to our
don't know what
motion
you're
on.
saying, but I know we can do that, if we're being paid half, they're being paid more. I mean, I thought a year's bill was a third, 2/3. But you know what I mean, to go back and break it out, the way we're actually collecting our money, so can you do that? You follow what I'm saying?
Well,
If we're collecting half the money,
Yeah,
and they're getting a fourth of the money.
yeah.
Because
That's
you know,
how it's been for the last 2 years,
I
and
understand,
he
and
can
I understand
pick
what
up
you're
all
saying,
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
but at the same time, if you're collecting half, and they're collecting a fourth of it, can we break it back out that other way?
Well,
Because what I'm saying
of the
is-
money that's collected, they're actually, it's not, we get past the fourth and a half. On the money that's collected, they get a third of it, and we get 2/3 of the money. That's allocated to the EDC, IDC from the tax revenue.
I thought I explained that.
See, yeah, see,
Oh, no, we need a fire drill.
for the total amount of money that's allocated to EDC, IDC, the IDC gets 1/3 of that money, we get 2/3 of that. And that's the way we should be dividing out the cost of operations. It seems to me.
Because the city's fourth and not.
Yeah, because the city's fourth has been taken away.
I understand all that, but I'm just saying the way it's worded, though.
Yeah.
In the law, or bylaw, where you want to.
I think this is something set up between the two, EDC and IDC.
It was, and I think we can get all that legalities ironed out between the.
I think,
Yeah.
I mean, I think they just decided because the IDC was getting so much more money, they said that they would take this money much more than
Well, they were getting so much more money and putting much less out.
They don't put, you know, they don't pay any of the utilities, and we pay all the utilities. I mean, we don't pay,
Well, the
they
whole deal
should be
was
split
went
up.
wrong, we didn't start it out wrong.
Maybe next
But
year,
it's,
we can redo it, don't have to redo it.
I'm sorry I brought that up, but.
Well, thank you, Ron.
This will make me redo that budget again.
Well, but next budget, we really, I think, need to revisit that.
I agree, I mean, I follow you, but I'm just saying, because we're gonna, to me, we got to change the wording on that.
But before,
And also, okay.
before next budget, we need to have a
Well,
double meeting.
Right, okay.
What it is, of the 1%, or the 1 cent sales tax that we draw, that's where you get into the division of the quarters and a half.
Right.
But as far as the total revenues that these two entities draw, it gets into a different fraction, you know, and that's where I think that's where we kind of.
One other
Can
thing
we
on
get back, can we get back to the salary?
So, Mr. President, you're just saying that a double meeting, you mean IDC, EDC?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, thank you.
Any comments on this before we?
That's how the motion started with that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a motion.
That's in percentages, no.
Let's have a motion on salary.
I'll move it.
And I'll second it.
Okay, the wording on this needs to be just right.
I mean, raise Martha from
only clerk.
All four raise your right hand.
Okay, well, I said you make a motion, we got the most expensive part of it.
Okay,
I waited you out on that one, John.
Okay.
I got to fight this lady over here in my right.
Budget approval for October 1st through September 30th.
And that's the top page of this handout I just gave y'all. I did not list projects or programs. Programs was our annual meeting 2 years ago. Y'all budgeted $1,000 for that. IDC budgeted $1,000. One of the things that IDC talked about last night is doing like a community workshop where we have a community strategic meeting and saying, what do we want to do? And they budgeted, I think, $1,000 total for the annual meeting / community workshop if we do it. Projects, we need to figure out what we want to do, if we need to put some money toward, we're paying all this stuff, but we don't ever put it under anything. You know, we bought buildings, we've done this, we've done that, but we need to set up aside some money to come up with for our projects, like the Double Mountain building, any other, rent property or whatever. Right now, I have $5,000 listed on a rent property. That is for, like, if the pharmacy needs something else done in there, like air conditioner or floor or whatever, the Pony Espresso, closet, food pantry, even in here, I've listed as $5,000, anything that we need to do for this bottom floor. But if y'all have any suggestions or amounts, just to say it's there and where we can use it is there.
Well, right now, we're looking at $51,625 in expenses for.
Right.
We're looking at $58,924. If we take what IDC drew last year on the sales tax revenue, which should be what we draw this year, give or take.
Right.
So that leaves us, just there, what, $7,300. That's basically all we got for if we create another line item.
And we're looking at spending around $4,500, $5,000 right now on the EDC bill.
No, you guys are, we need to balance.
Yeah, exactly. So see, we need to, that's the reason I went back there. We need to estimate what our anticipated revenue are, which should be, I think we could use that IDC figure. That's the best figure we've got to work, and then we need to balance off of that. To come up with about revenue. And we still make, if we have to, if one line item needs to, if something comes up, we need to spend more than what we've had in it, then we have to go back and do a line item transfer from one of the other areas that we've not spent that, to keep our budget balanced in that respect.
We're gonna try to do this today, or do we want to table that? How do you want to?
You want to table it again until the next
Well, I don't.
group and all that kind of stuff?
Let's go ahead and see what our estimates are on roof.
Yeah. Yeah.
On that January, February, March, whatever, April, which set that 27, she need to go ahead and bump that up, change those figures back, that IDC number. Because those figures are gonna go up, right, those first
Yeah.
books.
I mean, they're-
You figured out the old school way, right? And
This
then
is what we received this year.
What I'm saying on next year's budget,
Yeah.
next year's budget, those first 4 months will be more than that.
Right,
So
right.
if you adjust that starting in the 5th month.
Yes, yes.
So those, along with what you're saying, we
Right.
still got one more month on top to add another half.
Right. So we've
Right.
still got
You got-
additional
you got-
revenue. Yeah.
I mean, there's some math that's going to be done.
Right. Well, see, like on this last page, it shows how much the IDC made in 2011, which was $58,924. So, I mean, that's kind of what Ronnie's going with.
You know, tax revenues, if you've got a good trend line there, where tax revenues we're seeing where they are increasing, then we can extrapolate from that and come up with an estimated income, which would be above that 58. And then work your expense budget to match that.
That's all kind of guesswork.
Right.
But I don't know why we can't do our guesswork and then our guesswork on our projects and then amend the budget when we need to. We really need a budget.
We do need a budget.
We need to really get it, if we can, get it into the city this month. Because, I mean, technically, this starts October 1st.
Well, and technically, we're not,
next week,
technically, we
the
can't
first.
expend any funds
Should be the 18th.
without a.
We need to guesstimate where we need to and.
We need to meet Tuesday morning. We need to get this put together. County, you need to get on the agenda with the city council. We need to seal the deal.
And I don't know exactly how this organization operates, but I know how the county operates. Without a budget, a set budget that has been voted and approved, we can't expend one dime. We are cut
That's
down.
where our federal government's gone wrong, and I want to make it
Well,
safe.
they don't affect us except in the building.
Yeah.
It is. Where's that?
Huh? Well.
I mean, the only thing that we haven't done is projects and programs. I mean, our budget right now is 51,625. If y'all want to, you know, if we can come in later and say, oh, like you said, maybe a million, I don't know.
But does that reflect our real revenue?
Well,
It really does, doesn't it?
no,
I mean, I
y'all
guess
is-
it's
so what y'all is saying is
haven't done that yet, so we can
But then we
amend
gotta,
it.
if you're gonna do that, now, I'm not an accounting major, but you're gonna have to make this column match this one, don't you?
Yeah.
To get it.
Well, what you do is you adjust that, you either add some specific line items for other income and just put an estimate. And then you adjust that as you go through the year. And we'll probably have a miscellaneous.
So are you saying, y'all saying we try to do this today, or you still away?
Well, we have until the 1st of October to.
Well, Tuesday, the 18th is when the city meets, the city council meeting, and get on there. We can meet that morning, and I should know how much, you know, September's sales tax is, and then.
Make sure they have it on their agenda to approve our budget.
Well, that doesn't give you time to do the paperwork for the city, does it? If we meet in the morning and.
Well, if we approve it that morning, I'll have it ready, and we'll just
Okay,
present it that
okay.
afternoon.
But we can still accept the bill because we're on the whole list. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will get that done, and we will plan for a meeting on September the 18th.
Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Got a motion? Got a second?
Second.
Vote.
Everybody.
What time on the 18th?
Be that morning, 7:30.